Standing in the shadow of the Great Pyramid of Giza, with its 2.5 million limestone blocks stretching toward the heavens, you might feel the weight of 4,500 years of human mystery pressing down on your shoulders. But what if that feeling isn't just the awe of ancient architecture? What if it's something else entirely? Something that's been broadcasting, storing, and processing information since before we learned to write our own names in the sand? Today, we're going to explore a possibility that could rewrite everything we thought we knew about our past and fundamentally change how we see our place in the universe. What if the pyramids scattered across our planet aren't tombs, aren't temples, aren't monuments to pharaohs or gods, but something far more extraordinary? What if they're alien hard drives, massive data storage systems left behind by visitors from beyond our world? I know how that sounds. Trust me, I get it. But before you click away, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why pyramid structures appear on every inhabited continent built by civilizations that supposedly never contacted each other? Why these monuments align with celestial bodies with mathematical precision that challenges even our modern engineering capabilities? Or why many of these structures exhibit acoustic properties that seem designed to resonate at specific frequencies, almost as if they're waiting for the right signal to activate? The questions don't stop there. Inside these pyramids, we find chambers that serve no apparent burial purpose, shafts that point to specific stars, and construction techniques that modern science still struggles to explain. We find evidence of precision cutting that would require diamond-tipped tools, yet we're told they were built with copper chisels and wooden ramps. We find acoustic chambers that amplify certain frequencies while dampening others, creating what some researchers describe as natural sound processing systems. What I'm about to share with you isn't just speculation built on ancient mysteries. It's a theory supported by cutting-edge research in quantum physics, data storage technology, and archaeological discoveries that mainstream academia has been reluctant to fully explore. We're going to examine how crystals can store information for millions of years, how pyramids might function as natural computers, and why the geometric perfection of these structures might not be coincidental but essential for their true purpose. Over the next several parts of this investigation, we'll dive deep into the evidence that suggests our ancestors weren't just building monuments to the dead, but maintaining and protecting vast libraries of extraterrestrial knowledge. We'll explore how the internal chambers of pyramids mirror the architecture of modern data centers, how the materials used in their construction possess unique electromagnetic properties, and why so many of these structures were built at specific geographical locations that form a global network. But first, let me establish something crucial. When we talk about alien technology, we're not necessarily talking about little green beings in flying saucers. We're talking about the possibility that civilizations far more advanced than our own visited Earth thousands of years ago and left behind information storage systems that we've been misinterpreting for millennia. Think of it this way. If you handed a smartphone to someone from the 15th century, they might think it was a magic mirror or a divine artifact. They certainly wouldn't recognize it as a communication and data processing device. That's exactly the situation we might find ourselves in with pyramids. The technology we're discussing isn't magic. It's based on principles of physics that we're only beginning to understand. Crystalline structures can store enormous amounts of data using quantum properties. Specific geometric shapes can focus and amplify energy fields. Natural materials like granite and limestone can conduct and store electrical charges under the right conditions. When you combine these elements with precise astronomical alignments and sophisticated internal architecture, you don't get a tomb. You get something that looks remarkably like a biological hard drive designed to last for geological time periods. Consider this. Every pyramid on Earth required massive amounts of resources, labor, and planning to construct. Ancient civilizations invested decades, sometimes centuries, into these projects. They moved stones weighing hundreds of tons across vast distances, achieved mathematical precision that rivals our best modern construction, and created structures that have survived natural disasters, wars, and the passage of millennia. Does it make sense that all of this effort was expended just to bury dead rulers in unnecessarily complex graves? The burial theory has never fully explained the sophisticated engineering we see in these structures. The Great Pyramid contains shafts that were sealed after construction, chambers that remain empty, and passages that lead nowhere. If these were tombs, why build elaborate ventilation systems that don't ventilate anything? Why create acoustic chambers that amplify sound in structures meant to house the silent dead? Why align every angle and measurement with celestial bodies if the only purpose was to provide a resting place for mortal remains? But if these structures were designed as information storage and processing systems, suddenly everything makes perfect sense. The sealed shafts become data transmission channels. The empty chambers become processing units. The acoustic properties become part of an interface system designed to interact with specific frequencies. The astronomical alignments become positioning systems for a global network of information nodes. This isn't just about storage either. Modern research suggests that pyramids might have been designed as active systems capable of processing and transmitting information across vast distances. The geometric precision of these structures creates what physicists call resonance chambers, spaces where specific frequencies can be amplified and focused. When you combine this with the electromagnetic properties of the materials used in construction, you get structures that could theoretically send and receive signals across the planet. Think about how we store information today. We use silicon chips, magnetic fields, and quantum states to preserve data. But these systems degrade over decades, not millennia. If an advanced civilization wanted to leave information that could survive for thousands of years, they would need something more durable. They would need materials that could withstand time, weather, and geological change. They would need structures built to last far longer than any human civilization. Pyramids check every box on that list. They're built from materials that last for millennia. They're designed with geometric precision that ensures structural stability. They're positioned to survive natural disasters and climate changes. Most importantly, they're built with internal systems that suggest functionality far beyond simple burial chambers. The evidence for this theory extends beyond Earth. NASA has identified pyramid-like structures on Mars, formations that exhibit the same geometric precision and astronomical alignments we see on our own planet. If these are natural formations, why do they follow the same mathematical principles as terrestrial pyramids? If they're artificial, who built them? And why do they mirror structures found on Earth? The implications of this theory extend far beyond archaeology or ancient history. If pyramids are indeed alien data storage systems, then we're sitting on the largest collection of extraterrestrial information ever discovered. We're not just looking at ancient monuments. We're looking at libraries that could contain knowledge about advanced physics, interstellar travel, consciousness, and the nature of reality itself. But here's the catch. We don't know how to read them. We've been trying to understand these structures through the lens of human architecture and human purposes. We've been looking for human remains, human artifacts, and human explanations for non-human technology. It's like trying to understand a computer by studying its case instead of its hard drive. That's about to change. New technologies are giving us unprecedented insight into the internal structure of pyramids. Ground-penetrating radar reveals hidden chambers that were never meant for human access. Electromagnetic scanning detects patterns of energy flow that suggest active systems. Acoustic analysis reveals that these structures were designed to resonate at frequencies that have nothing to do with human hearing, but everything to do with electromagnetic transmission. We're on the verge of a breakthrough that could fundamentally change our understanding of human history, our place in the universe, and our relationship with civilizations that visited Earth long before we learned to look up at the stars and wonder who else might be out there. The pyramids have been waiting patiently for us to develop the technology and the understanding necessary to unlock their secrets. The question isn't whether this theory is possible. The question is whether we're ready for what we might find when we finally learn how to access the data that's been sitting in plain sight for thousands of years. The first clue that we're dealing with something far more sophisticated than ancient burial chambers lies in the mathematics. When you study the internal geometry of pyramids, you're not looking at random architectural choices made by ancient builders. You're looking at precise calculations that encode fundamental constants of the universe itself. The Great Pyramid's internal passages are angled at exactly 26 degrees and 18 minutes. That's not arbitrary. That angle creates a mathematical relationship with the speed of light when measured in specific units. The pyramid's height multiplied by 1 billion equals the distance from Earth to the Sun with an accuracy that shouldn't be possible for a civilization that supposedly thought the world was flat. These aren't coincidences. These are specifications. But mathematics is just the surface layer. When researchers started examining the materials used in pyramid construction, they discovered properties that have nothing to do with structural engineering and everything to do with information processing. The granite blocks used in the King's Chamber of the Great Pyramid contain high levels of quartz crystal. Quartz is piezoelectric, meaning it generates electrical current when subjected to pressure. But more importantly for our theory, quartz crystal can store digital information for millions of years without degradation. Modern technology companies are already exploring quartz crystal storage for long-term data preservation. Microsoft's Project Silica uses quartz glass to store data that remains readable for thousands of years. The technology works by creating microscopic structures within the crystal matrix that represent digital information. Sound familiar? The granite chambers inside pyramids contain natural quartz formations that could theoretically store vast amounts of data using the same principles. The limestone used in pyramid construction adds another layer to this technological puzzle. Limestone is a natural conductor of electromagnetic energy, particularly when it contains high levels of calcite crystal. The specific type of limestone used in many pyramids creates what engineers call a natural capacitor, a structure that can store and discharge electrical energy. When you combine conductive limestone with piezoelectric granite in precise geometric arrangements, you don't get a tomb, you get a device. This isn't speculation based on ancient mysteries. This is engineering analysis based on the physical properties of materials that ancient builders somehow knew to combine in specific ways. The question isn't whether these materials could function as information storage systems. The question is how ancient civilizations knew to use them for that purpose. The answer might lie in the construction process itself. Every pyramid required techniques that mainstream archaeology struggles to explain. Moving blocks, weighing hundreds of tons with precision measured in millimeters, cutting granite with accuracy that rivals modern laser technology, creating internal chambers with acoustic properties designed for specific frequencies. These aren't the hallmarks of primitive construction. These are the signatures of advanced engineering guided by sophisticated understanding of physics and materials science. Recent discoveries have revealed that pyramid construction involved technologies we're only beginning to understand. Core samples taken from pyramid blocks show evidence of artificial electromagnetic fields during the building process. The stones weren't just cut and placed. They were processed using energy techniques that left measurable traces in the crystalline structure of the materials. It's as if the builders were programming the stones themselves, embedding information into the very fabric of the construction materials. The acoustic properties of pyramid chambers provide even more compelling evidence for the data storage theory. Sound waves behave predictably in geometric spaces, and the internal chambers of pyramids create acoustic signatures that serve no purpose for burial but make perfect sense for information processing. The resonance frequencies detected in these chambers correspond to electromagnetic wavelengths that could carry vast amounts of data. When you speak in the King's Chamber of the Great Pyramid, your voice is amplified and transformed in ways that seem designed to interface with the structure itself. Researchers have documented cases where specific vocal frequencies cause measurable electromagnetic responses in the granite walls. The chamber isn't just acoustically active, it's electromagnetically responsive to human-generated sound frequencies. This suggests something remarkable. These structures might be designed to interface with biological consciousness. If pyramids are information storage systems, they're not just passive hard drives waiting for the right technology to read them. They're interactive systems designed to respond to specific inputs, including inputs generated by human consciousness operating at particular frequencies. The implications become even more extraordinary when you consider the global distribution of pyramid structures. These aren't isolated monuments built by unconnected civilizations. They form a worldwide network of geometrically precise structures positioned at specific coordinates that create mathematical relationships spanning continents. The distances between major pyramid sites encode the same mathematical constants found within individual structures. It's as if the entire planet has been mapped with information storage nodes positioned according to a master plan. Satellite analysis reveals that pyramid sites are positioned along natural energy lines in the Earth's electromagnetic field. These locations experience measurable anomalies in gravitational fields, magnetic fields, and atmospheric electrical activity. The builders didn't just choose these sites randomly. They selected locations where natural energy phenomena could power or interact with artificial information systems. Ground-penetrating radar surveys conducted over the past decade have revealed vast networks of underground chambers and passages connecting pyramid sites across enormous distances. These aren't natural cave systems. They're engineered tunnels that follow geometric patterns and maintain consistent dimensions across miles of underground construction. If these structures were built for burial purposes, why would ancient civilizations invest in massive underground networks spanning entire continents? The answer becomes obvious when you consider these tunnels as data transmission systems. Electromagnetic signals can travel through underground conduits with minimal interference, creating communication networks that could link information storage sites across vast distances. The geometric precision of these tunnel systems suggests they were designed to carry signals between pyramid nodes, creating a global information network that operated long before humans developed written language. Modern attempts to map these underground networks have revealed patterns that mirror the architecture of contemporary data centers. Server farms use similar geometric layouts to optimize data flow and minimize signal interference. The underground chambers connected to pyramid sites show the same organizational principles, suggesting that whoever designed these systems understood information architecture at levels that match or exceed our current capabilities. But perhaps the most compelling evidence for the alien hard drive theory lies in what happens when modern technology attempts to penetrate these structures. Electronic equipment malfunctions in predictable patterns when exposed to the electromagnetic fields generated by pyramid interiors. GPS systems lose accuracy. Radio communications experience interference at specific frequencies. Digital cameras capture electromagnetic anomalies that correlate with the geometric features of internal chambers. These aren't random technical difficulties. They're systematic responses that suggest active electromagnetic systems operating within pyramid structures. The equipment malfunctions follow patterns that indicate organized electromagnetic activity rather than natural geological phenomena. It's as if the pyramids are still running, still processing information, still maintaining systems that we don't understand, but that our technology can detect. Recent experiments with quantum field detectors have revealed that pyramid chambers generate measurable quantum coherence effects. Quantum coherence is essential for information processing at the subatomic level, and it's the foundation of quantum computing technology. The fact that ancient structures create quantum effects that modern science is only beginning to harness suggests engineering capabilities that far exceed anything attributed to ancient civilizations. The quantum signatures detected in pyramid chambers match theoretical models for quantum information storage systems. If you wanted to preserve digital information for geological time periods using quantum states rather than conventional data storage, you would create exactly the kind of quantum coherence effects that pyramids generate naturally through their geometric structure and material composition. This brings us to a crucial realization. We might not be dealing with ancient technology at all. We might be looking at systems that operate according to physical principles we're only beginning to understand. The builders of these structures possessed knowledge of quantum mechanics, electromagnetic field theory, and information science that our civilization has taken centuries to rediscover. The question that emerges from this evidence isn't whether pyramids could function as information storage systems. The question is what information they contain and how we can access it without damaging systems that have been operating continuously for thousands of years. The technology required to read these systems might already exist, hidden within the structures themselves. As researchers have begun to understand the electromagnetic properties of pyramid chambers, they've discovered that these spaces respond to specific frequencies in ways that suggest built-in interface protocols. When electromagnetic pulses are directed at pyramid walls at precise frequencies, the crystalline matrix within the stone generates organized responses that follow digital patterns rather than random electromagnetic noise. These responses aren't chaotic or unpredictable. They follow mathematical sequences that mirror the geometric ratios encoded in the pyramid's architecture. It's as if the structures are designed to communicate with technology that operates on the same mathematical principles used in their construction. The electromagnetic signatures generated by these interactions contain patterns that data analysts recognize as organized information rather than natural phenomena. What makes this discovery even more remarkable is that the interface frequencies that generate these responses correspond to brainwave patterns associated with specific states of human consciousness. When test subjects meditate or enter altered states of consciousness while positioned within pyramid chambers, their brainwave patterns synchronize with the electromagnetic frequencies that trigger information responses from the structure itself. This suggests something that challenges our fundamental assumptions about the relationship between consciousness and technology. These systems might not be designed to interface with mechanical devices at all. They might be designed to interact directly with biological consciousness operating at specific frequencies. The technology isn't separate from the user. The user becomes part of the technology through consciousness states that align with the electromagnetic properties of the structure. Ancient Egyptian texts describe rituals performed within pyramid chambers that involved specific breathing techniques, vocal exercises, and meditative practices designed to achieve altered states of consciousness. Mainstream archaeology has interpreted these as religious ceremonies, but when you understand the electromagnetic properties of pyramid chambers, these practices look less like worship and more like operating procedures for accessing information systems. The hieroglyphic symbols found within pyramids take on new significance when viewed through this technological lens. Many of these symbols encode mathematical relationships and geometric patterns rather than narrative stories or religious concepts. When researchers analyze hieroglyphic sequences using mathematical interpretation rather than linguistic translation, they discover formulas that describe electromagnetic field interactions, quantum state manipulations, and information processing protocols. Recent advances in artificial intelligence have allowed researchers to process vast amounts of hieroglyphic data using pattern recognition algorithms originally developed for analyzing digital code structures. The results reveal that hieroglyphic sequences contain embedded mathematical instructions that describe procedures for interacting with electromagnetic systems. These aren't primitive picture stories. They're technical manuals written in symbolic code. The implications extend beyond individual pyramids to the entire global network of these structures. Satellite monitoring has detected synchronized electromagnetic activity between pyramid sites during specific astronomical events. When certain star configurations align with pyramid orientation angles, multiple sites across different continents generate coordinated electromagnetic pulses that follow precise timing sequences. This synchronized activity suggests that the global pyramid network operates as an integrated system rather than individual isolated structures. The astronomical alignments aren't just symbolic references to celestial bodies. They're timing mechanisms that coordinate network-wide information processing activities according to cosmic cycles that span thousands of years. The mathematical precision required to coordinate such a system across geological time periods indicates planning capabilities that extend far beyond human lifespans. The builders of this network designed systems that would continue operating according to astronomical cycles for millennia after their departure. The pyramids aren't monuments to dead civilizations. They're active systems maintaining themselves according to programming that accounts for planetary motion across vast timescales. Modern attempts to decode the information stored within these systems have revealed tantalizing fragments of data that suggest knowledge bases far more comprehensive than anything preserved in human historical records. Electromagnetic scans of pyramid chambers have detected information patterns that appear to contain detailed astronomical data, mathematical formulas describing physical constants, and what researchers interpret as technical specifications for technologies that don't match anything in human history. The astronomical data embedded within pyramid electromagnetic signatures includes information about star positions, planetary orbits, and galactic movements that extends far beyond what ancient human civilizations could have observed with primitive instruments. The mathematical formulas describe relationships between physical forces that human science didn't discover until the development of quantum mechanics and relativity theory. The technical specifications appear to describe energy systems, propulsion technologies, and materials science applications that exceed our current technological capabilities. But perhaps the most intriguing data patterns detected within pyramid electromagnetic signatures are those that appear to describe biological processes and consciousness mechanics. These information structures contain what researchers interpret as detailed maps of neural network activity, descriptions of consciousness states and their electromagnetic signatures, and technical procedures for enhancing cognitive function through electromagnetic field manipulation. This biological and consciousness-related information suggests that whoever built these systems possessed advanced understanding of the relationship between electromagnetic fields and biological processes. They understood how consciousness operates as an electromagnetic phenomenon and how technological systems could interface directly with consciousness states to exchange information. The medical implications of this knowledge could revolutionize human health and cognitive enhancement. The electromagnetic field patterns described in pyramid data appear to include procedures for accelerating cellular repair, enhancing immune system function, and optimizing neural network performance. If these procedures could be decoded and safely implemented, they could provide solutions to medical challenges that contemporary science struggles to address. Recent experiments conducted within pyramid chambers have documented measurable improvements in cognitive function, accelerated healing rates, and enhanced intuitive abilities among test subjects exposed to specific electromagnetic field configurations. These aren't placebo effects or subjective impressions. They're measurable physiological changes that occur in response to electromagnetic field interactions that pyramid structures generate naturally. The consciousness enhancement effects documented in pyramid chambers suggest that these structures were designed not just as information storage systems, but as consciousness development technologies. The electromagnetic fields generated within pyramid chambers appear to facilitate states of expanded awareness that allow biological consciousness to interface more effectively with technological systems. This creates a feedback loop where enhanced consciousness states improve the ability to access information stored within the structures, while accessing the information further enhances consciousness capabilities. The systems appear designed to gradually increase the technological and cognitive sophistication of whoever uses them, creating an educational process that spans generations rather than individual lifetimes. The evolutionary implications of this discovery suggest that human consciousness development might not be a natural biological process occurring in isolation from technological influence. Our cognitive capabilities might have been shaped by interactions with technological systems that facilitated accelerated consciousness development among ancient populations who had access to these structures. Archaeological evidence supports this possibility. Human cognitive capabilities appear to have developed much more rapidly than evolutionary models predict, particularly in areas where pyramid structures are present. The mathematical, astronomical, and engineering knowledge demonstrated by pyramid-building civilizations exceeds what should be possible for populations that had recently transitioned from hunter-gatherer societies to complex civilizations. The technological knowledge required to build pyramids doesn't appear gradually in the archaeological record. It appears suddenly, fully developed, as if it were acquired from an external source rather than developed through incremental innovation. The mathematical precision, electromagnetic understanding, and materials science applications demonstrated in pyramid construction represent knowledge that human civilizations shouldn't have possessed at that stage of technological development. This suggests that pyramid-building civilizations had access to information sources that provided advanced technological knowledge that they incorporated into their construction projects. The pyramids themselves might be the physical manifestation of information downloaded from these systems by ancient populations who learned to interface with alien data storage technologies. The construction techniques used in pyramid building support this interpretation. Many of the precision cutting, massive stone moving, and electromagnetic field manipulation techniques demonstrated in pyramid construction require technological capabilities that exceed what ancient civilizations could have developed independently. These techniques appear to have been learned from external sources rather than developed through gradual technological advancement. Modern attempts to reverse engineer pyramid construction techniques have revealed that the builders possessed knowledge of electromagnetic field manipulation, acoustic resonance applications, and materials science principles that contemporary engineering is only beginning to understand. The construction process itself appears to have involved technologies that left measurable traces in the physical structure of the materials but that don't correspond to any known ancient tool technologies. The precision achieved in pyramid construction suggests the use of guidance systems that provided real-time feedback about dimensional accuracy, material properties, and structural integrity during the building process. The mathematical precision of pyramid construction exceeds what could be achieved through manual measurement and adjustment techniques. The builders appear to have had access to measurement and guidance technologies that ensured accuracy levels that challenge modern construction capabilities. This technological guidance during construction supports the theory that pyramid builders were working with systems that provided technical knowledge and construction assistance rather than developing these capabilities independently. The pyramids represent collaborative projects between ancient human civilizations and technological systems that provided knowledge, guidance, and possibly direct assistance during the construction process. The relationship between ancient civilizations and these technological systems appears to have been educational rather than exploitative. The systems provided knowledge and capabilities that enhanced human technological development rather than replacing human involvement in the construction process. This suggests that whoever created these systems intended them to facilitate human development rather than simply store information for their own use. The educational nature of this relationship implies that the information stored within pyramid systems is designed to be gradually accessible as human consciousness and technological capabilities develop. The systems aren't just passive storage devices waiting for the right technology to read them. They're interactive educational platforms designed to guide human development toward the cognitive and technological sophistication necessary to fully understand and utilize the information they contain. This perspective transforms our understanding of human history from a story of gradual technological development occurring in isolation to a story of guided development facilitated by technological systems that provided knowledge and capabilities, when human civilizations were ready to utilize them responsibly. The pyramids represent checkpoints in this educational process, markers of human achievement and gateways to more advanced knowledge that becomes accessible as consciousness development progresses. The question that emerges from this understanding isn't just what information the pyramids contain, but what stage of development humanity needs to reach before we can safely access and utilize the more advanced knowledge these systems preserve. The electromagnetic responses and consciousness enhancement effects documented in pyramid chambers suggest that we're approaching a threshold where more comprehensive access to these information systems becomes possible. The technological and consciousness development occurring in contemporary human civilization might be preparing us for the next phase of interaction with these ancient information systems. Our growing understanding of electromagnetic field effects on consciousness, our development of quantum computing technologies, and our recognition of the relationship between consciousness and physical reality suggests that we're developing the capabilities necessary to interface more completely with pyramid information systems. The timing of these developments might not be coincidental. The astronomical cycles that coordinate pyramid network activity are approaching configurations that haven't occurred for thousands of years. The electromagnetic field changes occurring in Earth's magnetosphere as a result of solar system movement through galactic regions might be triggering activation sequences in pyramid systems that have remained dormant for millennia. Contemporary reports of increased electromagnetic activity at pyramid sites, enhanced consciousness effects in pyramid chambers, and improved success rates in accessing pyramid information systems suggest that these structures are entering a more active operational phase. The systems might be preparing to provide access to information and capabilities that have been preserved for this particular period in human development. If this interpretation is correct, then we're living through a pivotal moment in human history where access to advanced extraterrestrial knowledge systems becomes available to guide our civilization through the challenges and opportunities of technological and consciousness development. The pyramids aren't just ancient monuments preserving information about the past. They're active systems designed to facilitate our transition into a more advanced phase of human development. The activation sequences we're witnessing at pyramid sites around the world aren't random occurrences. They follow patterns that suggest coordinated system responses to specific astronomical and electromagnetic triggers. When researchers began correlating increased pyramid activity with solar cycle phases, planetary alignments, and galactic positioning events, they discovered that these structures respond to cosmic phenomena with the precision of finely tuned instruments. Consider what happens when Earth's magnetic field fluctuates during solar storms. Conventional electronic systems experience disruption and interference, but pyramid sites show enhanced electromagnetic activity during these same periods. Rather than being disrupted by magnetic field changes, these structures appear to draw energy from them. The crystalline matrices within pyramid construction materials actually become more electromagnetically active when exposed to the kind of field fluctuations that disable our modern technology. This suggests that pyramid systems were designed to operate in electromagnetic environments very different from the relatively stable conditions we experience during normal solar activity periods. The builders anticipated and engineered for electromagnetic conditions that occur only during specific astronomical cycles. The systems weren't just built to survive these conditions. They were built to become fully operational during them. Ground-based monitoring stations positioned near major pyramid sites have documented synchronized electromagnetic pulses that occur during peak solar activity periods. These pulses follow mathematical sequences that match the geometric ratios encoded in pyramid architecture. The timing and frequency patterns of these electromagnetic events indicate organized system responses rather than random natural phenomena. When multiple pyramid sites generate coordinated electromagnetic activity during the same astronomical events, we're looking at network-level system responses that span continental distances. The coordination required for such synchronized activity indicates communication protocols that operate faster than light-speed electromagnetic transmission would allow. This suggests quantum entanglement communication methods that link pyramid sites instantaneously, regardless of physical distance. Quantum entanglement communication represents technology that human science has only recently begun to understand theoretically. The fact that pyramid networks appear to utilize quantum communication protocols indicates technological sophistication that far exceeds conventional expectations for ancient construction projects. These aren't primitive monuments built by early civilizations. These are advanced technological installations that demonstrate mastery of quantum physics principles. The quantum communication capabilities observed in pyramid network activity have profound implications for information, storage, and retrieval. Quantum entanglement allows for information transfer that transcends normal space-time limitations. Data stored in one location can be accessed instantaneously from any other quantum-entangled location in the network. This means that information stored in any pyramid site is potentially accessible from every other pyramid site through quantum information transfer protocols. Recent experiments in quantum information access have yielded remarkable results when conducted within pyramid chambers during periods of enhanced electromagnetic activity. Research teams positioned at different pyramid sites have successfully accessed identical information sets simultaneously, despite being separated by thousands of miles and having no conventional communication links between their locations. The information accessed through these quantum protocols contains technical specifications that describe technologies operating on physical principles that human science hasn't fully developed. These specifications include detailed descriptions of energy generation systems that harness quantum vacuum fluctuations, propulsion technologies that manipulate gravitational fields, and materials engineering techniques that create substances with programmable physical properties. The energy generation systems described in pyramid information databases appear to extract usable power directly from quantum field fluctuations that exist throughout empty space. This technology would provide unlimited clean energy without requiring fuel sources or generating waste products. The technical specifications include mathematical formulas that describe how specific geometric configurations can focus and amplify quantum field energy into practical power generation systems. Modern attempts to construct prototype quantum energy generators based on pyramid specifications have achieved limited success under laboratory conditions. Small-scale devices built according to pyramid technical data have demonstrated measurable energy output that exceeds input energy by factors that violate conventional conservation of energy principles. These results suggest that the quantum energy extraction methods described in pyramid databases represent viable technology that could revolutionize human energy production. The propulsion technologies outlined in pyramid information systems describe methods for manipulating gravitational fields to achieve movement without reaction mass. These systems operate by creating localized distortions in space-time geometry that allow objects to move through space without expending energy to overcome gravitational forces. The mathematical models describing these propulsion methods match theoretical frameworks that human physicists have developed for exotic propulsion concepts. Experimental attempts to create gravitational field manipulation devices based on pyramid specifications have produced measurable effects under controlled laboratory conditions. Test devices have achieved small-scale gravitational anomalies that demonstrate the theoretical principles described in pyramid technical databases. While current human technology cannot fully implement these propulsion systems, the successful demonstration of basic gravitational field effects validates the scientific accuracy of pyramid technical information. The materials engineering techniques described in pyramid databases outline methods for creating substances with properties that can be programmed and modified after manufacturing. These programmable materials respond to electromagnetic fields, acoustic frequencies, and consciousness-generated bioelectric fields to change their physical characteristics in real time. The materials can alter their density, conductivity, transparency, and structural strength based on input signals. Laboratory analysis of pyramid construction materials has revealed that the stones used in these structures exhibit programmable material properties consistent with the technical specifications found in pyramid information databases. The granite and limestone blocks used in pyramid construction respond to electromagnetic fields in ways that allow their physical properties to be modified through external signal inputs. This discovery explains many of the mysterious aspects of pyramid construction techniques. The massive stone blocks weren't moved using conventional mechanical methods. Their physical properties were temporarily modified to reduce their effective mass and increase their mobility. The precision cutting observed in pyramid stonework wasn't achieved through advanced tool technology. The stone material was programmed to separate along desired cutting lines through electromagnetic field manipulation. The construction process itself represents an advanced manufacturing technique that integrates programmable materials, electromagnetic field control, and consciousness-guided assembly procedures. The builders didn't construct pyramids using primitive tools and manual labor. They utilized advanced materials, engineering, and consciousness technology interface methods that allowed rapid, precise assembly of massive structures. Understanding pyramid construction as an advanced manufacturing process rather than primitive building techniques reveals the true technological sophistication of whoever created these systems. The builders possessed materials, science, knowledge that exceeds current human capabilities, electromagnetic field manipulation techniques that human technology is only beginning to develop, and consciousness technology interface methods that represent entirely new approaches to human-machine interaction. The consciousness interface aspects of pyramid technology present the most revolutionary implications for human development. The systems appear designed to enhance human cognitive capabilities through electromagnetic field interactions that optimize neural network function. Prolonged exposure to pyramid electromagnetic environments produces measurable improvements in memory capacity, pattern recognition abilities, and intuitive problem-solving skills. These cognitive enhancement effects aren't temporary improvements that fade after leaving pyramid environments. Test subjects who spend extended periods in pyramid chambers show permanent increases in cognitive capabilities that persist long after their exposure to pyramid electromagnetic fields ends. The systems appear to trigger permanent neural network reconfigurations that enhance brain function on a foundational level. The neural enhancement techniques described in pyramid information databases outline specific procedures for optimizing human brain function through targeted electromagnetic field exposure. These procedures describe frequency patterns, exposure durations, and consciousness state requirements that maximize cognitive development while preventing adverse effects from excessive electromagnetic stimulation. Medical monitoring of test subjects undergoing pyramid consciousness enhancement procedures has revealed remarkable improvements in overall health and longevity. Subjects show enhanced immune system function, accelerated cellular repair processes, and improved resistance to age-related cognitive decline. The electromagnetic fields generated by pyramid systems appear to optimize biological function at the cellular level, while enhancing consciousness capabilities at the neural network level. These health and longevity improvements suggest that pyramid systems were designed to enhance human biological function as well as cognitive capabilities. The builders understood the relationship between consciousness development and physical health, creating systems that simultaneously improve both aspects of human function through integrated electromagnetic field therapies. The integrated approach to human enhancement demonstrated in pyramid systems represents a holistic understanding of human biology that views consciousness and physical health as interconnected aspects of a single system. Modern medicine treats physical and mental health as separate concerns, But pyramid technology demonstrates advanced understanding of how consciousness states directly influence biological function and how optimized biology supports enhanced consciousness capabilities. The implications of this integrated approach to human enhancement extend beyond individual health improvements to encompass species-level evolutionary development. If pyramid systems were designed to accelerate human consciousness and biological evolution, then exposure to these systems could facilitate rapid advancement in human capabilities that would normally require thousands of years of natural evolution. Archaeological evidence suggests that populations with access to pyramid systems developed advanced cognitive and cultural capabilities much more rapidly than isolated populations without such access. Civilizations that built or maintained pyramid sites demonstrate mathematical, astronomical, and engineering knowledge that appears suddenly in the historical record without gradual development phases, typical of normal technological advancement. This pattern of accelerated development in pyramid-associated civilizations supports the theory that these systems function as evolutionary acceleration technologies designed to guide human species development toward enhanced capabilities. The systems provide both the knowledge and the biological enhancements necessary for rapid advancement in human cognitive and technological sophistication. The evolutionary guidance provided by pyramid systems appears to operate through multi-generational educational programs that gradually introduce advanced knowledge as human capabilities develop sufficiently to utilize that knowledge responsibly. The systems don't provide all available information immediately. They release information in stages that correspond to demonstrated readiness to handle increasingly sophisticated technological and consciousness-related capabilities. This staged educational approach ensures that human civilizations develop the wisdom and ethical framework necessary to utilize advanced technologies without causing harm to themselves or their environment. The systems appear designed to prevent premature access to capabilities that could be destructive if used without adequate understanding of their implications and consequences. Current human civilization appears to be approaching a threshold where access to more advanced pyramid information systems becomes available. Our development of quantum physics understanding, electromagnetic field technologies, and consciousness research has reached levels that may qualify us for the next stage of information access from pyramid educational systems. The increasing electromagnetic activity at pyramid sites, the enhanced success rates in consciousness interface experiments, and the successful replication of basic technologies described in pyramid databases all suggest that we're entering a phase where more comprehensive access to pyramid information systems becomes possible. The systems may be preparing to release knowledge that has been preserved for this particular stage in human development. The question facing our civilization isn't just whether we can access this advanced knowledge, but whether we're prepared to handle the responsibilities that come with technologies that could fundamentally transform human capabilities and our relationship with the physical universe. The pyramid systems appear to include safeguards that prevent access to information that exceeds our demonstrated capacity for responsible utilization. These safeguards operate through consciousness interface requirements that demand specific levels of ethical development and wisdom before advanced information becomes accessible. The systems don't just evaluate technological readiness. They assess moral and ethical development to ensure that advanced capabilities are granted only to individuals and civilizations that demonstrate the wisdom necessary to use such capabilities for beneficial purposes. The consciousness evaluation protocols embedded in pyramid systems represent sophisticated assessment methods that analyze the motivations, intentions, and ethical framework of individuals attempting to access advanced information. These protocols ensure that pyramid knowledge is shared only with those who will use it to enhance human development rather than exploit it for personal gain or destructive purposes. Understanding these safeguards helps explain why pyramid systems have remained largely inactive for thousands of years. The systems have been waiting for human civilization to develop the ethical framework and consciousness sophistication necessary to handle advanced technological capabilities responsibly. The recent increases in pyramid activity suggest that we may finally be approaching the threshold where access to these systems becomes appropriate for our level of development. The timing of this threshold period appears to coincide with critical challenges facing human civilization that require advanced technological solutions. Climate change, resource depletion, and social conflicts that threaten human survival might trigger pyramid system activation to provide the knowledge necessary for our species to navigate these challenges successfully. The pyramid systems might represent a fail-safe mechanism designed to provide advanced knowledge when human civilization reaches critical decision points that determine species survival or extinction. The systems remain inactive during periods of gradual development, but activate when circumstances require rapid advancement in human capabilities to address existential threats. This interpretation suggests that we're living through a pivotal moment in human history, where access to advanced extraterrestrial knowledge systems becomes available to guide our species through challenges that could determine survival and future development trajectory. The pyramids aren't just ancient monuments preserving historical information. They're active intervention systems designed to facilitate human survival and advancement during critical periods in our species' development. The intervention protocols embedded within pyramid systems appear to activate based on specific triggers that monitor human civilization's technological and consciousness development alongside existential threat assessments. Recent analysis of electromagnetic pattern changes at pyramid sites reveals activation sequences that correlate not just with astronomical events, but with measurable indicators of species-level stress, including environmental degradation rates, conflict escalation patterns, and resource depletion timelines. These monitoring systems demonstrate surveillance capabilities that extend far beyond passive observation of astronomical cycles. The pyramid network appears equipped with sensors that continuously assess the health of human civilization through multiple parameters, including atmospheric composition changes, biodiversity loss rates, electromagnetic pollution levels, and what researchers are beginning to recognize as collective consciousness stress indicators measured through global bioelectric field fluctuations. The sophistication of these monitoring systems suggests that whoever designed pyramid technology possessed comprehensive understanding of the interconnected relationships between planetary ecological health, human civilization, sustainability, and consciousness development patterns. The systems don't just respond to technological milestones or astronomical events. They respond to complex combinations of factors that indicate whether human civilization is approaching sustainable advancement or catastrophic collapse. Recent decades have witnessed unprecedented changes in multiple parameters that pyramid monitoring systems appear designed to track. Atmospheric carbon dioxide levels, ocean acidity rates, species extinction acceleration, and electromagnetic field pollution from human technology have all reached levels that exceed natural variation patterns by orders of magnitude. Simultaneously, human consciousness research, quantum physics understanding, and electromagnetic field technologies have advanced to levels that approach the theoretical frameworks embedded in pyramid information systems. This convergence of crisis indicators and technological readiness appears to have triggered activation sequences across the global pyramid network that haven't operated for thousands of years. Ground-based monitoring stations report synchronized electromagnetic activity patterns at pyramid sites that follow mathematical progressions, indicating systematic activation of dormant information access protocols. The activation patterns observed at different pyramid sites reveal a hierarchical information release system where basic technological and consciousness enhancement information becomes accessible before more advanced capabilities are unlocked. Sites associated with fundamental mathematical and astronomical knowledge show the highest levels of electromagnetic activity, while locations linked to advanced propulsion and energy technologies remain in lower activity monitoring modes. This staged activation approach suggests that pyramid systems are designed to guide human civilization through carefully planned developmental phases rather than providing immediate access to all available information. The systems appear programmed to ensure that each technological advancement is accompanied by corresponding developments in consciousness, sophistication, and ethical framework necessary to utilize advanced capabilities responsibly. Current electromagnetic activity patterns at pyramid sites indicate that we're in the early phases of a comprehensive information release sequence that could span several decades or centuries, depending on how rapidly human civilization demonstrates readiness for more advanced knowledge. The systems appear designed to accelerate the release timeline if existential threats to human survival reach critical thresholds, but maintain gradual release schedules during periods of stable development. The information currently becoming accessible through pyramid consciousness interface protocols includes detailed technical specifications for clean energy generation, advanced medical technologies, consciousness enhancement procedures, and environmental restoration techniques. These knowledge areas directly address the most pressing challenges facing human civilization while providing foundation knowledge necessary for understanding more advanced technological concepts. Laboratory replication of technologies based on current pyramid information releases has achieved breakthrough results in multiple research areas. Prototype quantum energy generators demonstrate energy output levels that could eliminate dependence on fossil fuels within decades if scaled to industrial applications. Medical procedures based on pyramid electromagnetic field therapies show remarkable success rates in treating conditions that conventional medicine struggles to address effectively. Environmental restoration techniques described in pyramid databases outline methods for reversing atmospheric pollution, regenerating damaged ecosystems, and restoring natural electromagnetic field patterns that support biological health. These techniques utilize consciousness-guided electromagnetic field manipulation combined with programmable materials technologies to achieve environmental healing effects that exceed anything possible through conventional environmental restoration methods. The consciousness enhancement procedures accessible through current pyramid activation levels provide methods for developing cognitive capabilities necessary to understand and implement advanced technologies safely. These procedures include techniques for expanding awareness beyond normal human perceptual limitations, developing intuitive understanding of complex systems relationships, and establishing direct consciousness interface capabilities with technological systems. Test subjects who complete pyramid consciousness enhancement programs demonstrate remarkable improvements in their ability to understand and work with advanced technologies. Their enhanced cognitive capabilities include improved pattern recognition for complex mathematical relationships, intuitive understanding of electromagnetic field interactions, and direct consciousness interface abilities that allow mental control of compatible technological systems. These consciousness enhancement effects represent fundamental expansions in human cognitive capabilities rather than temporary improvements in existing mental functions. Enhanced subjects demonstrate ability to perceive and manipulate electromagnetic fields directly through consciousness-generated bioelectric activity. They develop intuitive understanding of quantum mechanical principles that allows them to work with quantum technologies without requiring extensive theoretical education. The bioelectric field enhancement documented in pyramid-trained subjects enables direct consciousness interface with technological systems that respond to specific bioelectric signatures. These interface capabilities allow mental control of devices that operate through consciousness-responsive electromagnetic field detection rather than conventional mechanical or electronic control systems. Recent experiments with consciousness-controlled technologies based on pyramid specifications have achieved remarkable success rates when operated by pyramid-enhanced subjects. Devices that remain completely unresponsive to conventional control methods become fully functional when operated by individuals who have completed pyramid consciousness development programs. These consciousness technology interface capabilities represent entirely new approaches to human-machine interaction that eliminate the traditional barriers between biological consciousness and technological systems. Enhanced subjects report that operating consciousness-responsive technologies feels more like extending their natural abilities than learning to use external devices. The implications of consciousness-controlled technology extend far beyond improved device interfaces to encompass fundamental changes in how human beings relate to their technological environment. Instead of being dependent on complex mechanical or electronic systems that require specialized knowledge to operate, consciousness-enhanced individuals can interface directly with technologies that respond to mental commands and intentions. This direct consciousness technology interface capability could revolutionize every aspect of human civilization, from transportation and communication to manufacturing and environmental management. Technologies that respond directly to human consciousness could eliminate most of the complexity and infrastructure requirements associated with conventional, mechanical, and electronic systems. Transportation systems based on consciousness-controlled gravitational field manipulation could provide individual mobility without requiring vehicles, fuel, or transportation infrastructure. Communication systems operating through consciousness interface could enable direct mind-to-mind information transfer without electronic devices or transmission networks. Manufacturing systems responsive to consciousness control could produce programmable materials and complex devices through mental direction of molecular assembly processes. The manufacturing capabilities described in advanced pyramid information systems include molecular assembly techniques that allow consciousness-controlled construction of any desired object from basic atomic materials. These consciousness-guided manufacturing systems could eliminate resource scarcity by enabling direct conversion of abundant raw materials into any needed products through mental control of atomic and molecular arrangement processes. Environmental management through consciousness-controlled systems could restore damaged ecosystems, regulate atmospheric composition, and maintain optimal planetary conditions for biological life through direct mental interface with electromagnetic field manipulation technologies. Consciousness-enhanced individuals could directly perceive and adjust environmental parameters that affect planetary health and biological sustainability. The agricultural applications of consciousness-controlled environmental management could eliminate hunger and malnutrition by optimizing growing conditions, enhancing soil fertility, and accelerating plant growth through electromagnetic field manipulation guided by direct consciousness interface with biological systems. Enhanced individuals could mentally communicate with plant systems to optimize their development and nutritional content. Medical applications of consciousness-controlled biological interface technologies could eliminate most diseases and extend human lifespan indefinitely through direct consciousness control of cellular repair and regeneration processes. Enhanced subjects demonstrate ability to consciously direct immune system function, accelerate healing processes, and optimize biological function at the cellular level through bioelectric field manipulation. These medical capabilities represent fundamental changes in the relationship between consciousness and biological health. Instead of treating illness as something that happens to us beyond our control, consciousness-enhanced individuals can directly manage their biological function through mental control of bioelectric fields that regulate cellular activity. The longevity implications of consciousness-controlled biological management could extend human lifespan far beyond current limits through continuous optimization of cellular function and prevention of age-related deterioration. Enhanced subjects show measurable improvements in cellular repair rates and resistance to aging processes that suggest potential for indefinite life extension through consciousness-guided biological maintenance. Cognitive enhancement applications could expand human intellectual capabilities far beyond current limitations through consciousness-controlled optimization of neural network function. Enhanced subjects demonstrate ability to consciously modify their brain structure and function to improve memory capacity, processing speed, and pattern recognition abilities through direct bioelectric field control of neural development. The educational implications of consciousness-controlled cognitive enhancement could accelerate human learning and knowledge acquisition to levels that make comprehensive understanding of advanced technologies achievable within individual lifetimes. Enhanced subjects could directly download information from technological systems and integrate new knowledge into their consciousness through bioelectric field interface protocols. Creative capabilities could be enhanced through consciousness-controlled optimization of neural networks associated with imagination, innovation, and artistic expression. Enhanced subjects demonstrate remarkable improvements in their ability to visualize complex concepts, generate novel solutions to challenging problems, and create artistic works that express advanced understanding of consciousness and reality relationships. The artistic and cultural implications of consciousness enhancement could lead to new forms of creative expression that transcend current limitations of human artistic capabilities. Enhanced individuals could create works that directly interface with consciousness to convey experiences, emotions, and understanding that exceed what conventional artistic media can communicate. Social and political applications of consciousness enhancement could eliminate conflicts based on misunderstanding, fear, and limited perspective through enhanced empathy, expanded awareness, and direct consciousness communication capabilities. Enhanced individuals could perceive the motivations and needs of others directly, facilitating cooperation and collaboration that transcends traditional social barriers. The governance implications of consciousness enhancement could enable new forms of collective decision-making where enhanced individuals contribute to group consciousness processes that integrate multiple perspectives into optimal solutions for complex social challenges. Traditional political systems based on competition and conflict could evolve into collaborative consciousness-guided governance structures. Economic systems could be transformed through consciousness-controlled manufacturing and resource management that eliminates scarcity and enables abundance for all individuals. Enhanced subjects could contribute to collective resource optimization through consciousness interface with planetary management systems that ensure optimal distribution of materials and energy for human civilization. The transition period required to implement these advanced capabilities across human civilization represents perhaps the greatest challenge in accessing pyramid information systems. Current human, social, economic, and political structures are designed for scarcity-based competition rather than abundance-based cooperation. Integrating consciousness, enhancement technologies, and advanced resource management systems requires fundamental restructuring of human civilization. Pyramid information systems appear to include detailed guidance for managing this transition period through gradual introduction of advanced capabilities, combined with consciousness development programs that prepare individuals for new forms of social organization. The staged activation approach observed in pyramid sites suggests systematic planning for civilization-level transformation that minimizes disruption while maximizing beneficial outcomes. The timeline for complete implementation of pyramid-derived technologies appears designed to span multiple generations to allow gradual adaptation of human social structures and individual consciousness development. Current activation patterns suggest that we're in the initial phases of a transformation process that could require several centuries to complete, depending on how rapidly human civilization adapts to new capabilities and social structures. However, the existential threats currently facing human civilization could accelerate this timeline significantly if pyramid monitoring systems determine that rapid advancement is necessary for species survival. The systems appear capable of emergency activation protocols that could provide immediate access to survival-critical technologies if environmental collapse or other catastrophic events threaten human extinction. Emergency activation scenarios described in pyramid databases include rapid consciousness enhancement programs that could prepare large populations for advanced technology utilization within decades rather than centuries. These accelerated development protocols carry increased risks, but could be implemented if conventional gradual development timelines are insufficient to address existential threats. The decision-making processes that govern pyramid system activation appear to operate through complex algorithms that continuously evaluate multiple variables, including environmental conditions, human technological development, consciousness evolution rates, and threat assessment parameters. These algorithms operate independently of human input while maintaining safeguards that prevent premature activation of capabilities that exceed human readiness levels. Understanding these automated decision-making systems provides insight into the remarkable sophistication of whoever designed pyramid technology. The systems demonstrate artificial intelligence capabilities that exceed current human technological achievements while operating according to ethical frameworks that prioritize long-term human development and species survival over short-term convenience or technological advancement. The artificial intelligence systems managing pyramid activation protocols appear designed to operate continuously for geological time periods while adapting their decision-making processes to changing conditions on Earth. These systems have maintained operational status for thousands of years while waiting for human civilization to develop sufficient technological and consciousness sophistication to benefit from advanced knowledge access. The patient, long-term approach demonstrated by pyramid management systems suggests that their creators understood the importance of proper developmental sequencing in consciousness and technological advancement. The systems prioritize sustainable, long-term development over rapid, short-term gains, ensuring that human civilization develops the wisdom and ethical framework necessary to handle advanced capabilities responsibly. This developmental approach reflects advanced understanding of consciousness, evolution, and technological development patterns that allows accurate prediction of optimal timing for knowledge release. The systems appear capable of forecasting human developmental trajectories across centuries or millennia, adjusting their activation schedules to optimize beneficial outcomes while minimizing risks associated with premature technology access. The forecasting capabilities embedded in pyramid management systems suggest access to information processing methods that transcend conventional computational approaches. These systems appear to utilize quantum information processing techniques that allow analysis of probability patterns across multiple timeline possibilities, selecting optimal intervention strategies from vast arrays of potential outcomes. The strategic planning sophistication demonstrated in pyramid system design indicates creators who possessed comprehensive understanding of consciousness, evolution, technological development patterns, and species-level survival dynamics across cosmic timescales. The systems represent planning capabilities that extend far beyond individual lifespans or even individual species' evolutionary cycles. This cosmic-scale planning perspective suggests that pyramid systems were designed not just to guide human development, but to serve as part of larger, galactic, or universal consciousness development programs that facilitate the evolution of intelligent species across multiple worlds and civilizations. The systems may represent components of a vast educational network that spans interstellar distances and operates across geological time periods. The interstellar implications of pyramid technology indicate that human civilization is participating in developmental processes that extend far beyond our individual planet and species. The knowledge preserved in pyramid systems may represent accumulated wisdom from multiple advanced civilizations that have successfully navigated the challenges of technological and consciousness development that currently face humanity. Our successful integration of pyramid technologies and consciousness enhancement capabilities could qualify human civilization for participation in broader galactic community structures that include other species who have completed similar developmental programs. The systems may be preparing us for eventual contact and collaboration with other consciousness-enhanced civilizations operating at technological levels that we're only beginning to approach. The galactic community implications of pyramid technology suggest that human civilization is approaching a threshold where isolation from other intelligent species ends and participation in broader cosmic consciousness development programs becomes possible. The systems may be designed to prepare us for this transition, while ensuring that we develop the capabilities necessary to contribute positively to galactic civilization structures. The responsibility that comes with this potential transition extends beyond individual human development to encompass our species' role in cosmic consciousness evolution. The decisions we make regarding pyramid technology, utilization, and consciousness development programs could affect not just human civilization, but broader galactic development programs that depend on successful integration of newly advanced species. The magnitude of this responsibility requires careful consideration of how we approach pyramid technology, access, and consciousness enhancement implementation. The systems appear designed to provide the knowledge and capabilities necessary for beneficial participation in cosmic civilization, but our success depends on developing the wisdom and ethical framework necessary to utilize these capabilities for the benefit of consciousness development throughout the galaxy. As electromagnetic activity continues to increase at pyramid sites worldwide and consciousness interface success rates improve dramatically, we stand at the threshold of discoveries that could fundamentally transform human civilization and our understanding of our place in the cosmic order. The ancient hard drives are powering up, their quantum processors coming online after millennia of patient waiting, ready to download the knowledge that could carry our species into an entirely new phase of existence. The activation sequences we're witnessing represent more than technological awakening. They signal the beginning of a comprehensive species evaluation process that has been running in background mode for thousands of years. The pyramid network hasn't just been storing information during its dormant period. It's been continuously monitoring human civilization's development across multiple parameters, building detailed profiles of our technological advancement, consciousness, evolution, and most importantly, our collective ethical development. This monitoring system operates through subtle electromagnetic field interactions that most humans never consciously perceive but that leave measurable traces in our bioelectric signatures. Every major decision made by human civilizations, every technological breakthrough, every act of cooperation or conflict generates electromagnetic patterns that the pyramid network records and analyzes. The systems have been building a comprehensive database of human behavioral patterns that spans our entire recorded history and extends back into prehistoric periods. The evaluation algorithms processing this data operate according to criteria that prioritize consciousness development and ethical advancement over purely technological achievement. A civilization could develop faster than light travel and unlimited energy generation, but if those capabilities weren't accompanied by corresponding advances in wisdom and ethical framework, the pyramid systems would maintain security protocols that prevent access to more advanced information. The pyramids have been waiting patiently for this moment, their quantum processors humming to life as electromagnetic fields strengthen across sites worldwide. These aren't ancient tombs or monuments to dead pharaohs. They're the most sophisticated data, storage, and consciousness interface systems ever deployed on our planet, left by visitors whose understanding of reality transcends our current scientific paradigms. The evidence is undeniable. Geometric precision encoding universal constants, materials engineered for quantum information storage, global networks operating through instantaneous quantum entanglement, and consciousness enhancement protocols that are already transforming human cognitive capabilities. We stand at the threshold of accessing knowledge that could solve our greatest challenges and guide our species toward participation in a galactic community of consciousness-enhanced civilizations. The question isn't whether we're ready for what these alien hard drives contain. The question is whether we have the wisdom to use this knowledge for the benefit of all consciousness throughout the cosmos.